Ready to command the future? This countdown spotlights the 10 must-watch RTS games arriving in 2025 to 2026, featuring asymmetric factions, living economies, tactical pause, and physics-driven sieges. Sharpen your macro, perfect the flank, and unleash game-changing ultimates. Let's dive in. Crown of Greed. A ruthless real-time strategy game where power isn't just built, it's bought. Set in a gilded age of barons and mercenaries, you fight not only with armies, but with money. What sets it apart? A living black market economy where prices swing in real time. Bribery and sabotage are core mechanics. And greed meters unlock brutal risk-reward ultimates. Factions are truly asymmetric. Smugglers thrive on supply raids, nobles dominate with influence chains, and rebels snowball through heists and ambushes. Battles feature tactical pause, line-of-sight stealth, and destructible cover, rewarding clever flanks over raw numbers. A controller-friendly command wheel makes it at home on Steam. If you love winning with brains, timing, and dirty money, Crown of Greed is your battlefield. EverSiege. Untold Ages, an era-spanning RTS where every siege rewrites history. What sets it apart? The Era Shift system. Trigger time riffs mid-battle to pull tech from different ages. Stone rams beside thunder cannons, sappers tunneling under walls while skyships strike from above. Fortifications are living systems. Walls buckle with true physics, brace with counter buttresses, and evolve between waves as damage persists across assaults in the War Chronicle campaign. Factions are wildly asymmetric. Chronomancers bend cooldowns and seasons. Ironclads chain industry buffs and armor grids. Nomad tribes weaponize mobility and fire. Siegecraft is deep, supply lines, morale shocks, countermines, and breach-focused formations, with tactical pause and line-of-sight stealth. Battlestar Galactica. Scattered Hopes. A fleet-scale RTS about survival on the edge of annihilation. What sets it apart? The CIC command phase lets you cue precise maneuvers, then unpause to watch Vipers, Raptors, and Battlestars execute in deadly ballet. Tactical FTL microjumps reposition entire task forces. Mid-battle. High risk, life-saving reward. Ships are truly modular. Breach bulkheads, knockout flak grids, vent hangars. Damage persists across missions in a fugitive fleet campaign where every civilian ship you save unlocks perks, pressure, and hard choices. An adaptive Cylon AI retools loadouts and formations based on your past tactics. Fighter combat models fuel, inertia, and countermeasures, while missiles flak and ECM create layered defense puzzles. A controller-friendly command wheel makes it sing Steam Hold the Line. Protect the convoy because hope is scattered, and you are its shepherd. Astra Sentinel, a high-orbit RTS where you command humanity's last ring of defense. What sets it apart? Battles unfold across stacked orbital layers with true 3D pathing. Fighters dive through debris belts while capital ships slingshot gravity wells. The Sentinel grid lets you script autonomous drones with behavior nodes, intercept, lure, or kamikaze, then amplify them via relay hacking and solar overcharge. Hulls are modular. Swap prismatic shields, rail spines, and point defense webs mid-engagement. Ashes of the Singularity. 2. Planet-spanning warfare built for truly massive armies. What sets it apart? The Metafront system constantly redraws battle lines as territories merge, fracture, and trigger global bonuses, turning every push into an economy military puzzle. The engine thrives on scale. Command threads let you stack parallel orders for thousands of units, while quantum logistics warp queues reinforcements to hot zones without clogging paths. Terrain matters with a planetary mesh. Elevation, thermal vents, and EM storms bend line of fire, sensors and shields. Factions are asymmetric. Post-humans chain drone swarms and cyber artillery. Substrate bend energy feedback loops. A rogue AI exploits attrition with self-forging hulls. tactical pause, predictive build queues, and a controller-friendly command wheel make it sing on Steam. Space Tales, a story-driven RTS anthology where every planet rewrites the rules of war. What sets it apart? The Directive Deck, mid-mission narrative cards that trigger mechanical twists, ion blizzards, mutiny checks, ceasefires you can exploit. Your crew heroes persist across worlds carrying scars, perks, and relationships that shift morale and command range. Maps are living starlands, drifting asteroids, tidal orbits, and signal drift that warps fog of war and sensor locks. Factions play wildly different. Archivists weaponize data ghosts, freebooter clans chain boarding grapples and scrap refits, Union colonists excel at logistics and terraforming choke points. Combat blends tactical pause, line-of-sight ambushes, and timing windows for orbital strikes. A controller-friendly command wheel makes it smooth on Steam. Win the battle, then decide what the story remembers. Sudden Strike 5, a pure tactics World War II. RTS, where supply, sightlines, and steel decide the day. What sets it apart? The operations layer links skirmishes into a living campaign. Damage, ammo, and manpower persist, so every convoy you save shapes the next assault. Combat is granular. True armor facings, ricochets, and suppression that pins squads until smoke or flanks break them free. Engineers lay bridges and demo charges. Towable AT guns dig in. Artillery uses spotting rounds and counter battery. Radio intercepts and dynamic weather shift fog of war in real time. No base spam, just logistics, combined arms, and timing, with optional tactical pause for precision micro. Systemic War, an RTS where you don't just win battles, you bend the whole system. What sets it apart? Every bullet, rumor, and ration tug the same living simulation. Economy, ecology, morale, and politics mesh into cascading cause and effect. The system map lets you trace influences, power grids, black markets, propaganda nodes, then disrupt them with raids, leaks, and covert ops. Use cause chains to stack operations, cut fuel, spike prices, trigger desertions before the frontline push. Factions are truly asymmetric. Technocrats weaponize infrastructure, syndicates thrive on scarcity, insurgents hijack narratives and supply lines. Combat blends tactical pause, line of sight, and persistent damage. Weather and migration reshape routes and cover. A controller-friendly command wheel makes it smooth on PC. Veil of Ashes, a dark fantasy RTS where every battle unfolds beneath a living shroud. What sets it apart? The Ash Veil, visibility, accuracy, and morale bend to drifting soot currents you can sculpt with pyre engines and wind totems. Blinding foes or revealing flanks. The Pyrecraft economy forges war gear from embers and bone, letting you socket relic augments mid-fight. Factions are sharply asymmetric. Cinder Wardens anchor lines with sigil walls and Phoenix revives. Blightborn spread corruption that mutates units. Free Ash Cleanse kite, trap, and detonate ash bomb caravans. Terrain burns, scars, and remembers. Char lines reignite during blight storms. Tactical pause, line-of-sight ambushes, and breachable sanctums reward cunning over numbers. A controller-friendly command wheel makes it smooth on PC Steam. Warhammer 40,000. Dawn of War 4. Brutal squad-driven warfare where faith, fury, and firepower decide the sector. What sets it apart? The Crusade front system. Territories shift between purity and corruption, unlocking different unit traits, war gear, and battlefield events as the front line breathes. Squads matter. Coherency, cover arcs, and morale shocks reward flanks, suppression, and surgical grenades. Factions are wildly asymmetric. Space Marines chain, Chapter Doctrines, Eldari Spring, Webway ambushes, Orc snowball. Wah! Pressure. Tyranids surge under synapse. Chaos warps reality with boons and betrayals. Call drop pods, sanctify zones, or corrupt relic sites to field limited relic-class engines. Tactical pause, elevation, and line of sight, plus persistent veterans in a branching Sector Crusade campaign. A controller-friendly command wheel keeps it sharp on PC.